Hello everybody. In this section, in fact actually let me go ahead and I will be showing VGM Field, and this is one of my favorite focal points in the city. I'll show you. So you know, of course, you spawn in here right next to the city hall, and then you go around the corner, and I just love this view of the front entrance of VGM Field with VGM Resort down the street and the monorail track, and I just love this entrance. So this is an old baseball stadium. Construction on this started almost 8 years ago, about 8 years ago I believe it was, and it took so long for me to build this. Like, I just kept on, I'm very ADHD, so I jump in between buildings. Eventually I'll make a video showing, you know, what an ADHD person's world looks like, even though if you've been watching and you see all the unfinished venues so far, you'll understand. I'll start building something and go, ooh, I want to go work on this now. This here is VGM Field, and yeah, it took so long to build that the city was kind of developing around it. I had this big plot of land set aside because I wanted a downtown indoor baseball stadium, and so it ended up finally being finished, being built. Now unfortunately, when I was building this, still building this, I also had a friend of mine in mind. On YouTube he used to be named Synthetic67. If you're aware of who he is, that's great, because he used to make really cool videos doing stadium reviews, and he had moved over to he started doing reviews on Xbox because he was only doing them on PC, Minecraft, and he told me that he was excited to review this VGM Field, and he was eventually going to get around to it, but then he basically got so tired of all of the requests from random people to review his stadiums that he decided to stop doing the Xbox reviews, and then he unfortunately ended up not doing any more reviews. I honestly don't know where he is. I hope he's okay, but he hasn't been online in years. He took down his channel and all of the videos, and we don't know what happened. So I hope he's okay. But this is kind of a dedication of him wherever he is. Hopefully he's doing all right. But this is what he was going to review. I'm not even bummed out about him not getting around to it. I'm just bummed out that I don't know where he is. Like, I don't know what he's up to. But hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he returns soon, because it's been like 4 years at least, maybe no, 5 years actually, since I last talked to him, and he hasn't been online for about that long. So hopefully he's doing all right. Hopefully it's just life got in the way. But yes, after that nice long introduction, this is VGM Field, and first I'm showing you these concourses. I love how they turned out. This is an old building, and it's technically not that realistic of a design like compared to today's baseball stadiums, but I still feel like it stood the test of time, and I still love it just as much. I've done little renovations here and there, but for the most part it's remained the same. And yes, I put a roller coaster in here, because why not? No other stadiums had roller coasters yet, and then I eventually put one in the Fenway Cube, which is right over there. You can kind of see it. Oh, and actually, just like the other places, we gotta ride the roller coaster. One time me and my friend did hide and seek in here, and I thought, I want to find a place that's so obvious that he doesn't look. So I rode this roller coaster, and you can set it up to do a bunch of laps. I just rolled the roller coaster non-stop, and I would see him fly by and he somehow didn't even notice. It was just hilarious. And yes, fountains, trees, cool little back area. Take you into the field in just a moment. Nice little concession stand there. You got a nice team store. And Minecraft is having issues. Nice little place to kind of chill. Don't worry, we'll be getting to this place eventually. That's the first venue in Minecraft. First concert venue. It's old. And let's see, restrooms. Fairly basic. Also, all of the pressure plates is that was something that was for Synthetic 67. His name is Neil. That's something I put in for him because I know he really liked the pressure plates. Instead of having to go up and open doors, you're able to just walk through them. So I thought I'll put that in for him. Still undergoing some renovations, so these stone brick stairs will be changed, just in case you're thinking that those didn't match very well. But now I love the views from outside of the downtown area. There actually used to be some buildings here that I moved to put in a park here because I just love how the park looks. Somebody left a cart here. I'm just going to go ahead and send it off. It should be going to the resort. Hopefully it makes it there okay. We'll get to that in a future video. But I just love the views right around VGM Field. This was the first legitimate stadium that I built. Full size. I mean, technically VGM Stadium was kind of the first one, but the dimensions of it were really thin. This is at least the first legitimate baseball stadium that I built. The first one ever that I built was the one over there that's basically a box. So now we'll go ahead and because whenever people show off their stadiums, they have to tease you a little bit, but I will finally go and show you the field, which I just love how this looks. I love the views from in here, being in the downtown area. Even with the render distance not correct, it still looks right. And so back here you have the press boxes and suites. We'll get to those a little bit later. You have a nice little swimming pool, but gosh, just look at these views from here. That's why I love downtown stadiums. But yeah, I went for a pretty basic, simple look. No baseball stadiums have this design, but I love how it turned out. I love the views over there. In fact, let's see, no, we want to do this. I'm gonna make it midnight. Gosh, it looks a lot better when it's at 22 chunks instead of 14, but yeah, thank you Minecraft developers. But it's fun playing games in here. I have to fix this here. Unfortunately, when I was using some fill commands to change the wood, it did that with that, but it's a quick fix. But when you're in the outfield during the games that we do here, just this view. And it's nice because if people aren't used to this place, I mean, well, here I built this place 8 years ago, this stadium, and every time I come in here I still just love the views. So I could see somebody coming in here just looking at the views, enjoying it, while you just hit line drive right over here and you're rounding the bases. So yeah. And then the view from home plate, and you know what, I guess since we're in here I gotta throw a couple home runs. And it's sized to where down the lines it's pretty easy to get home runs, but to center field is a bit of a challenge. There's only so big of a window. It's been a while since I tried. Nice, I believe that one made it. Oh, barely. Landed on top of the wall. But of course we used to use ender pearls for throwing home runs, and then it would teleport you because the ender pearls went as far as the snowballs go. And we used to use potions for the base hits because they went a little shorter than the snowballs went, which is perfect. They went about that far. That's about how far you used to be able to throw potions. Here's why we don't use ender pearls anymore. So you're only supposed to be able to barely clear the fence, right? Well, if you use an ender pearl, yeah, they go a little bit too far now. Oh, I should have tried to hit. Well, that was an interesting thing. I used to be really good at throwing it and landing perfectly on home plate, but anyways, yes. And then I guess one quick little round of the bases won't hurt. And then we'll get into the locker rooms, the clubhouse, and we'll end up out there. So this is the home team locker room, blind person seating. I don't really get that. How's this blind person seating? I don't know why I put that sign there. I have that, at least used to have that sign here, right? Yeah. So the batters strike out a lot. You don't want to see it. The right fielder makes many errors. You don't want to see him. He has a low fielding percentage. This is one of the blind person seating sections. So you can't see that well. And I thought that's actually a very unrealistic thing, but the viewing obstructions in the Rangers' new Globe Life Field are about that bad. Because I sat in center field by their like wall, whatever, and it cuts off like all of this. All of left field and center field you can't see. And I was sitting kind of down low. If I was sitting up high, it'd be even worse. So yeah, that was pretty bad. That was at the NLCS. Justin Turner hit a home run to like left center. I couldn't see it land. I had to turn and go off of the reaction of the crowd. But this is not about Globe Life Field. Let's see. This here leads you out to this pavilion. What in the world? That's a weird glitch. And more blind person seating. This isn't as bad as Globe Life Field though. And then the old scoreboards out here. Then you got some what will be like concession stands basically. And I love, you saw this earlier, but I love this entrance here. And that was another thing that I wanted. I wanted a lot of accessibility. Being able to easily get around the stadium. You can walk 360 degrees around the stadium, both on this level and the lower level down there. And then of course, in order to get to the upper levels, then you use these ones. You get the suites there, and then upper level. But now, before we go to the clubhouse, actually, we'll go ahead and show off. This is the press box. Stuart Scott, he was one of my favorite commentators for ESPN, so when he passed away, I put that here. Now, I have so much more to put here. There's been so many other greats that have passed away. And Stuart Scott wasn't even a baseball announcer. He was mainly basketball. Even though he did various different sports, but that was like his best thing, whatever. That was his best stuff that he would commentate on. Feel free to sit on this couch if your team is losing and just enjoy the views. So that's the press box, and it has their own entrance. Then we're going to go and here, this right here has, this is like a box office basically. And it used to have access to an underground area, but now you get access to that in the clubhouse. Nice views here. Then you have a big luxury club basically. Bunch of TVs and stuff so you can watch the game that's happening behind you, only delayed. Nice little kitchen area. Nice view. You can awkwardly stand here and stare at someone as they're trying to enjoy a ball game. And if they're OCD like me, it will ruin their evening, so yeah. Seems like that's from like a past experience, but it's not. Could be though. It's usually how it is if you're sitting next to like a kid that just stare at you. It's like, yeah, I know I'm funny looking. Shut up. And then this here is still empty. I'm sure eventually I might do something. And then just a nice little jacuzzi to enjoy all the views. But we need to go to the clubhouse. So actually we should start with the away team clubhouse. Nice Gatorade. Oh, somebody must have won a championship. So here is the away team clubhouse. And it's very different from the home team clubhouse, trust me. So yeah, there's all of that. There's your lockers. Yeah, it's nice and cozy. Bathroom, and then we have working showers. Yeah. So that's that. That connects to a tunnel, whatever. I'll show you that later, because we're going to be entering that kind of tunnel system from over here as well. This is also the other underground tunnel system that I mentioned. And as I told you, the home team clubhouse is very different. There's a random bed here, just in case someone has a very good game. And bathrooms, and of course you gotta show off those actual working showers again. Now when I put this in, at the time it was like, what? You have a working shower in Minecraft in 2013? It wasn't that crazy, but yeah, it was pretty cool. So now we're gonna head to the bullpen. We'll go ahead and fly to make it a little bit quicker. Gotta update some of these walls because of course only some of them were changed when I did the fills, as you can see. So now first we're gonna, oh my gosh, what are you doing to me, Minecraft? Ugh, hold on one moment, let's fix this. Put in some stone stairs. Okay, that'll work. So you have the nice little area that, you know, people can sit in the bullpen, and then when it's time for them to warm up, they come out here. You have a couple levels to the bullpen. Nice view. If you have seats behind the bullpen, just be grateful that you're here, okay? Don't complain. Oh, that's another thing about this place. I actually put in all of the section numbers, so one of the rare venues that have section numbers. Actually, it's the only one at the moment, I think, that I have like that, even though I do have plans for other ones to have numbers. There's a bed in there. I don't remember having that in there, but I'm sure that was probably when I was building this place and you didn't have an option for day-night cycles. It was just consistent. And then this tunnel does a nice little zigzag. You got the supplies, equipment, and jersey room. I actually haven't been in this room in years. I kind of forgot it existed. Obviously it's old because this is back when we used to be able to use potions for the balls, but for some reason they ruined that. And then this goes back to the away team clubhouse, but we have one more thing to show down here. It's pretty cool. So you're warming up in the bullpen, you're ready to go, and they're calling you into the game. So your music starts playing, your walk-up music, and this is what you do. Entering the game, blah 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 blah. Talking Badger. Boom, and it closes right behind you. That's right. Also, just in case you're wondering what these random lights are here for, this is because we only do one-on-one in baseball. Might seem like it wouldn't work. It works really well, actually. But of course, if you're used to playing baseball in real life, like neighborhood baseball, you usually have something called a ghost runner. So you get a single, but you need to go bat. So you put a runner on first. And then whatever you do in the next at bat, that runner advances that many bases. So you get a single, he goes to second. Or you get a double, he goes to third. And that's basically how it is. So that's our way to keep track of runners. And then when they score, we would update the scores. Once we return with sports, we're going to have updated systems where it's going to be working scoreboards. If you are getting tired of seeing that 2-lane 1, 2, 4, 3 in the right side, my apologies. A friend of mine who's like a wizard with the command block stuff that's beyond, because I'm good with filling and cloning, but beyond that, I don't know that much. So the scoreboard stuff and the working clocks, I have no clue how to do that. He does. So he's kind of a mad scientist with that. So I need him to take off that 2-lane 1 whatever thing. I don't know how to. I could go and break all the command blocks that he has set up in his stadium for that, but no, I'm not doing that. But yes, that is VGM Field. We'll go ahead and get an outside look at this real quick. And that stadium that he built, I'll probably have a little part of a video where I go and show what he's built so far. But yeah, that is VGM Field. And it's always going to be probably my favorite thing that I've built. And I just love the location of it in this downtown area. And it's going to be fun once we start the sports seasons. If you are interested in joining in the sports, of course it's on Bedrock Edition. You should be able to play on any platform that supports that. I mean, basically any platform that has Minecraft has Bedrock Edition. If you have Windows 10 on PC, of course PS4, Switch, etc. I don't know if you'd be able to play baseball on Pocket Edition, but you could try, I guess. Pretty sure that wouldn't work very well, though. But that is VGM Field. But yeah, as I was actually starting to say there, if you want to join any of the sports leagues, which will be playing in all of these crazy venues and stadiums that you're seeing in these tours, go ahead and message me on Xbox. ATalkingBadger is my gamer tag. take the name of this channel and just take gaming out of it, or it's like my main channel name. And if you want, on Facebook, we have a page called the Minecraft Sports Association. You could go give that a like, a follow, and I'll post some updates on there as we get closer to it. But definitely message me on Xbox Live. Even if you don't have Xbox and you're playing on PlayStation or something, there's always the Xbox app. Or you could send a message or leave a comment in the Minecraft Sports Association page on Facebook. VGM Field will be used in the baseball league, the Minecraft Baseball League. It's going to be used as a neutral site, at least for now, unless we get enough teams that I don't have enough baseball stadiums to go around, because then in that case, one team could use VGM Field, one team could use Fenway Cube, one team could use, actually, no one can use TMF Field because it's too small. Then again, who knows? I guess we'll see. I'll have to double check the dimensions of that. Then there's a couple other baseball stadium options. Me personally, for baseball, my stadium is Angel Stadium, and that will be in a future part. That is way over there in North VGM City, which is kind of almost like a separate city. It's across a river. But yes, that is VGM Field, and that is going to be the last video that I record in tonight's session because, yeah, my throat and voice and everything is getting pretty tired. So I thank everyone for watching, and we still have a lot more to explore. Like, we've only seen half of the VGM City area, about half, and then there's other cities that I still have to show. There's a Las Vegas area. There's the place that I call the Arena Construction Zone, and there are, let's see, in that area there's Staples Center, there is T-Mobile Arena, the Orleans Arena, Prudential Center, BB&T is at the very bottom of it, Sam Boyd Stadium. Ooh, throat making weird noises. There's so much under construction there. In fact, that's actually where I constructed Budokan, and then I moved it to its spot over there. But I have that to show you. As I said, Las Vegas area, the New York area, and then there's some other cities outside of this main area that I have to travel a little bit of distance for, including Old Stone and Progressive City. And both of those were made by friends of mine. But we'll get to those later, but tons of content left to look at, and if you've watched up to this point, I appreciate it, and there's still plenty more to see, so I'll catch you in the next parts.